Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Jnana Chakshurvipamidena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. So here we'll continue our discussion. Going a little slow, but Prabhupada purports are big. Vishnu Checker Thakur's commentaries are small. So it's still fourth again. Yeah, we'll see. Some chapters maybe. The great sage Maitreya continued, my dear Vidra, persons like you who are pure devotees of the lotus feet of Kunda and who are always attached to the honey of lotus feet are always satisfied in serving at the lotus feet of Lord in any condition of life. Such persons remain satisfied and thus they never ask the Lord for material prosperity. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord says that He is the supreme enjoyer, the supreme proprietor of everything and anything within the creation and the supreme friend of everyone. When one knows these things perfectly, he is always satisfied. This is a very important quality. Devotees are always satisfied. And why they are satisfied? Because they have faith on Lord. So very important. This is a very important understanding we should have. Why? Because I know that what is good for me, Lord is going to take. Now, why I should worry? There is no worries only. He knows best what is best for me. I may have my own consideration of what is best for me, but Lord knows what is best for me. So it's easy in life if we go like this. And I may have plans. Say I may plan to have a big good car or a good mobile or whatever. Or I want to get divorced or I want to get married or I want to go to America or whatever. And but it is not happening. But devotee is peaceful. He knows maybe I should tolerate my husband, my wife, and continue like this. Maybe that is good for my progress in spiritual life or whatever happens. So that means that he is always dependent on Krishna. That's why he is peaceful. Others may be in anxiety because they don't have faith. So that is proportionate. He knows when it should happen, what should happen, how it should happen. So no worries. The pure devotee never hankers for after any kind of material prosperity. So this is also very important quality. The karmis, however, or jnanis or yogis, endeavor always for their own personal happiness. Karmis work day and night to improve their economic condition. Jnanis undergo severe austerities in order to get liberation. The yogis also undergo severe austerities by practicing the yoga system for attainment of wonderful mystic powers. A devotee, however, is not interested in such activity. He does not want mystic powers or liberation or material prosperity. He is satisfied in any condition of life as long as he is constantly engaged in the service of Lord. This is a very important point also. Like we are always grateful in all situations. Like yesterday, uh, I got association of a senior devotee. He was telling that, you are able to, like, we were having Prashadam after Narsimha Dev's Abhishekam and all. He's telling you are eating dinner now. Just see, there are so many millions of people who are not getting night dinner. You just see how fortunate you are that you are able to eat and you are able to get clean drinking water. There are millions of people who don't have access for clean drinking water. So if you count what you already have, then we'll not complain for anything. We are grateful. And in all conditions, even if we get also, we don't get also, we will remain grateful. This is what is very much needed for us. The lotus feet are compared to the lotuses wherein there is a saffron dust. A devotee is always engaged in drinking the honey from the lotus feet of Lord. Unless one is freed from all material desires, he cannot actually taste the honey from Lord's lotus feet. One has to discharge his devotional duties without being disturbed by coming and going of material circumstances. This is also very important. He says that our service to Krishna should not hamper. Or today, some things didn't go well. I'll not serve Krishna. Krishna's service should be there. We have to chant his names, we have to hear about his glories, and we have to do service to the deities, no matter what. Maybe health is not good, it is not permitting, that is different. But otherwise, we try to do as much service as possible. This desirelessness for material prosperity is called nishkama. One should not mistakenly think that nishkama means giving up all desires. That is impossible. The living entity is extremely externally existent and he cannot give up desires. A living entity must have desires, and that is a symptom of life. When there is a recommendation to become desireless, it is to be understood that this means that we should not desire anything for our sense gratification. For a devotee, the state of mind, nispruha, is the right position. Actually, every one of us already has an arrangement for our standard of material comfort. See, this is also nice. Means our standard of material arrangement is already fixed. We cannot much change on it. Maybe very few people who may not be very rich, suddenly they may become multi millionaire. But they are very rare cases. But otherwise, most of the people they will just remain like that only. Whole life, their standard of living will be in middle class. They will not become extremely rich. This is not possible. Only 10% of maybe 1% of the world population is extremely rich, but not everyone. A devotee should not remain satisfied with the standard of comfort. Sorry, devotee should always remain satisfied with the standard of comforts offered by the Lord, as stated in Ishopanishad. Tena tekvena mujjata. This saves time for executing Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada is giving such personal instructions. Devotees can take this as a personal instruction from Prabhupada. They won't have Prabhupada association. This is the instruction. What we should do? Remain satisfied with the standard of comfort offered by the Lord. If you are not uh, having a car, but you only have a two-wheeler or a simple house, not a very posh house in a luxurious house in a posh community. No need. Why? Because this will save time for executing Krishna consciousness. Because at the end of life, it is not counted how much, what type of house, car, and watch and other gadgets we have at home. What is counted is how much we are able, how much service we have rendered to Krishna, and how much we are able to remember Krishna. So that is only counted. And when the king Uttanapada heard that his son Dhruva was coming, as if coming back to life after death, he could not put his faith in this message, for he was doubtful of how it could happen. He considers himself the most virtued, and therefore he thought that it was not possible for him to attain such good fortune. So Uttanapada is a very great person. So immediately he repented for his mistake. He lamented for it, and that itself is actually burns our the sinful activity which we have done. Repentance. Lord in the heart as Paramatma sees our repentance and accordingly he acts. Why say repentance burns? It burns our karmic reactions. Lord is not interested in punishing us. He is interested in rectifying us. If I have rectified, then he will no more punish. That's why we say no, devotees don't have karma in the sense that they are rectifying themselves. So Lord says, okay, if you are rectifying, I'll forgive. And even is ready to forgive Ravana also. What to speak of us? So there was some problem with my internet. So my point was like say if I have a desire to eat and then I am going to the market, I am seeing somebody is eating, but I am told by doctor not to eat. My stomach is upset. Now what happens? It causes some pain. Array, everybody is enjoying. I am not enjoying. Did I suffer or not? Yes, I suffered. I suffered for not able to fulfill my desire. So this is actually called karma. Now, when you say devotee don't have karma, but if I have a desire to enjoy, I'm not getting the desire fulfilled, I suffer, right? To the degree I want to enjoy, to the degree suffering is there anyway. We cannot escape that suffering. But the things which we have to, which are all prarabdha karma, that Krishna will take it. He says, okay, whatever you have done in the past, I will forgive. But now you be careful. If you are still cultivating, then we have to pay. Now say I want to, if I am still attached to my country, India, and if Pakistan is doing something wrong or Pakistan won the cricket match with India, immediately it hurts. Now, did I suffer? Yes, I suffered. Why did I suffer? Because I am attached. You said devotee don't have karma means yeah, you don't have karma if you are not attached to your country. If you are attached, then you'll have karma. So that should be clear. So here, Uttanapada, for him he repented. He repented, that's why he was freed from that and immediately Lord arranged for him. That's why he could not imagine that he thought that it was not possible for him to attain such good fortune because he felt himself sinful. I did a mistake. And why did Lord so much show mercy to me? So he could not believe that. So that was the problem. Dhruv Maharaj, a 5-year-old boy, went to the forest for penance and austerities, and the king could not at all believe that the small boy of such a tender age could live in the forest, and that to 6 months. He was certain that Dhruva was dead. Therefore, could not fix his faith in the message that Dhruva Maharaj was coming back home again. For him, this message said that a dead man was coming back. And so he could not believe it. After Dhruva Maharaj's departure from home, King Uttanava thought that he was the cause of Dhruva's living, and he considered himself the most wretched. Therefore, even though it was possible that his lost son was coming back from the king of death, he thought that since he was most sinful, it was not possible for him to be so fortunate as to get his lost son. So this is actually what he felt, that I am sinful because I committed sin now. I cannot have this, but Lord is merciful. If you lament, sorry, if we repent, Lord will forgive. So we can overcome all our sinful reactions if we start repenting for it. Amara jivana sada papera nahi ko punyera lesha. So Bhakti Natak Amara Jivan. If I have that type of mood of lamentation, I can overcome the reaction. So that is very much possible. And Lord is just like any mother. Lord is, Sunit is telling here, like millions of mothers love. Lord is so merciful, so kind. He said, okay, forgive, please, Lord, I do not do it. Lord says, okay, okay, no problem, like that. Although he could not believe the words of the messenger, he had full faith in the words of great says Narada. Thus, he was greatly overwhelmed by the news and he immediately offered the messenger a highly valuable necklace in great satisfaction. So this is the advantage of pleasing and displeasing king. Both are very. If king is pleased, you will be blessed. If he's upset, he may say, "Okay, put him in prison for 1 year." When King Uttanapada, being very eager to see the face of his lost son, mounted a chariot drawn by excellent horses and bedaubed with golden filigree, taking with him many learned Brahmanas, all the elderly personalities of his family, his officers, his ministers, and his immediate friends, he immediately left the city. As he proceeded in his full parade, there was auspicious sounds of conch shells, kettle drums, flutes, and the chanting of Vedic mantras to indicate all good for. So here, one important thing is that how much you love a person is indicated how you are receiving. So that is there. Like if Maharaj is coming, we go all the way to receive him. We just don't sit in our office and say, okay, Maharaj is coming. No, we get down, we go out to the gate and receive him. And some may do kirtans and other things. So they're well received. So it indicates that you are very valuable to me and all. So here also, Bhutanabada is not only coming alone for receiving, he is inviting all others. Please come, my son is coming, and he has done some very big thing. So it happens in India also. If Indian players win a cricket match, then the airport also they're very nicely received, and they have done something very big like that. And further, this is actually now other things. So very fine things that we can understand here, how well they are received and how they are. This is also culture and also the expression of heart. So both is there. So of course, culture means what is our heart is what is our culture because it reflects our heart, the culture. So here we'll see that both queens of King Uttanapada, namely Suniti and Surichi, along with their son Uttama, appeared on the procession. The queens were seated on a palanquin. So we can say uh, culture is expression of heart. So it is actually reflecting our heart. So it reflects our heart. How I am behaving is like so. After departure of Dhruv Maharaj from the palace, the king was very much affected, but by the kind words of Saint Narada, he was practically satisfied. He could understand the great fortune of his wife Suniti and the great fortune of Queen Suniti, for these facts were certainly very open in palace. But still, when the news reached the palace that Dhruv Maharaj was returning, his mother Suniti, out of her great compassion and due to being a mother of a great Vaishnava, did not hesitate to take otherwise Suruchi and her son Uttama on the same palanquin. This was the greatness of Queen Suniti, the mother of a great Vaishnava, Dhruv Maharaj. So this is because the first thing she told Dhruv Maharaj is don't be envious. So so now she's actually herself following it. She is also not blaming. She's also not blaming playing the victim mentality. She's saying yes. If you want to achieve something, this is actually non-violence. Non-violence. Non-violence here is we are not uh, becoming envious or hatred. We are only hating the sin, not the sinner. So if you are hating only the sin and you are punishing the sin, then that is actually not violence. I am giving mundane example, but because it of course I'll not give it. I'll give a scriptural example. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita that no, amanitvam, adhimbitvam, ahimsa, shantirajam. He's telling ahimsa, non-violence, is one of the qualities of knowledge, the items of knowledge. If you are saying you are knowledge, that means you are non-violent. And Mahabharata, the very one of the important principles, ahimsa paramo dharma. That is actually what Mahabharata says. Ahimsa is a highest dharma. Now, when Krishna is telling Arjuna to kill, he is actually telling him to because where the mentality is not I want and I don't want. That is actually sinful mentality. That is violence. When Arjuna said, I don't want to kill my family members, what does it mean? If you take the statement a different way, if they are not my relatives, I would have killed them. That's actually what Krishna is telling. You are not you are showing as you are non-violent. No, you are violent because uh, uh, you are showing. Just now you have killed Narata Kavachas and came. That time you didn't feel this. So here, because you are doing what you like, that is actually violence. You have to act according to the. If somebody is sinful, you are a Kshatriya. Even though he may be your person, you should punish him. In that way, you can establish non-violence in the society. As a Kshatriya, you have to punish, there is a violence, where is there is a sin. So here, what is non-violent with Suniti is that she's not violent against the sinner. She's she's only knows that okay, they have that weakness, they behaved in a particular way, that is not right. But she's not hating the person. She's only hating the sin. So even Lord Shiva also, the previous, when he punished Daksha, immediately he forgave also when Daksha repented. Because he's like a father, he's very compassionate. He's not envious of Daksha. This is very important. The previous pastime also, this pastime also. There is no envy. Bhagavatam is free from envy. The personalities who are exemplary there, they are free from envy. And now further also when we see Dhruva fighting against the Yakshas, he is not envious. That is not possible. We cannot access Bhagavatam, we cannot access Supreme Lord if we are envious. No way. Access denied. Lord cannot appear to Dhruva Maharaj if he is envious. Why he said Suruchi will die? Because he's understanding that Dhruva is having that pain. That's why the punishment came. And Dhruva kept that pain in the heart. So Lord said, don't worry, I'll rectify that pain. Whatever she did to you, she will pay for it. And Dhruva felt bad. Arey, why did I keep that ill feeling for my stepmother unnecessarily? She's getting punished. Like so here, but his mother is so special. Upon seeing Dhruva approaching the neighboring small forest, approaching the neighboring small forest, King Uttanapada, with great haste, got down from his chariot. He had been very anxious for a long time to see his son Dhruva, and therefore, with great love and affection, he went forward to embrace his long lost boy. Breathing very heavily, the king embraced him with both arms. But Dhruva Maharaj was not the same as before. He was completely sanctified by spiritual advancement due to having been touched by the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, this is such a nice thing that Dhruva Maharaj, even though he's 5, is a different person. It's actually a very proud moment for the father to have such a son at the age of 5 who has done such a big achievement which cannot be done by even great sages also. He could do it. So obviously the father will be very moved by it. And he says, reunion with Dhruv Maharaj fulfilled King Uttanapada's long cherished desire, and for this reason he smelled Dhruva's head again and again and bathed him with torrents of very cold tears. And Papa writes here, the nature's way, when a man cries, there may be two causes. When one cries in great happiness upon the fulfillment of some desire, the tears come forth from the eyes are very cold and pleasing, whereas tears in the time of distress are very hot. So there are two types of tears, and they come on its own because King Uttanapada is a very grave person. He's a very, and in front of all the elderly people, his friends and Brahmanas and all, he would not have cried in normal circumstances. But this is actually very overwhelming situation for him. He thought his son is almost lost, and then he came to life. So definitely it will definitely such a nice thing for him. And they're all great personalities. Their emotions are also very high. And then and they also have that intel and detachment also. Eventually he lives home. When Dhruv Maharaj, the foremost of all noble, first of all offered his obeisances at the feet of his father and was honored by his father and with various questions. He then bowed his head at the feet of his two mothers. Now, while reading, it may be questioned why Dhruv Maharaj offered his respect not only to his mothers but also his stepmother, due to whose insult he had to leave home. The answer is that after achieving perfection by self-realization, seeing the Supreme Personality of God face to face, Dhruv Maharaj is completely free from all contamination of material desires. Feeling of insult or honor in this material world are never perceived by a devotee. Lord Chaitanya therefore says that one has to be humbler than the grass, and he recommends more tolerant than the tree to execute devotional service. Dhruv Maharaj therefore has in this vision verse been described as Sajana Granath, the foremost of the noblemen. The pure devotee is the noblest of all and has no feeling of animosity towards anyone. Duality due to animosity is the creation of material world. You see, this is actually violence. Because of this only violence comes. Dhruva Maharaj, na, he could have gone in normal cases how what is shown in movies and whatever entertainment industry is when you succeed, then the first thing they show the face of the enemy. In Dhruv Maharaj's case, they will show Sunichi. And she, like in normal, says, oh, how could you do it? And this fellow will go and say, see, what have I done? Now, what do you say about me? So they try to boast. But it didn't happen in Dhruv Maharaj's case because he did not do any material achievement. If it is a material achievement, na, Dhruv Maharaj could have come and showed, okay, you see what I did. And they try to shout loudly and try to make all sorts of noise and everything that what we see in the present sports. No, they try to so much bully and insult and try to make fun of the others who lost. It's actually very bad, such a great violence. And when they win, they try to, at least some culture is there. They shake the hands and then they leave. But otherwise, they're so angry and envious of each other. It's very bad actually. When we associate with such people, all the sports and all, they're actually very violent. Even though what happens is the sportive spirit is lost nowadays. It's all it's subtle violence only. People and they pay millions of rupees and they are watching all these things. Very bad. And here, but Dhruv Maharaj, we see, he won. He did such a big thing. But because it is spiritual, he is directly connected to Supreme Lord. He he don't have that violence and he is not coming and showing off. And proportioning, this is actually what is material world. Duality due to animosity is a creation of material world. There is no such thing in the spiritual world which is absolute reality. We want to go to spiritual world, we have to avoid all these things. There is there is a danger to act like him, thinking I don't have enmity, but wrong has to be punished. Yeah, we have to punish what is wrong, but we should not be envious of them. Say if I am punishing my enemy, I should be not envious of him. I should know that he is also connected to Krishna, but now he's in that connection. Like if the government is punishing its own citizens, it is giving them prison for whole lifetime and not some few years of imprisonment. Now the judge is not envious of the criminal. He is only want to rectify him. Government is not envious of its own citizens and putting them in prison. They want to see them rectified. That's why if their behavior is nice after few years, they are released only. They don't keep them. They say this person is behaving better, now he can be released. So they release them early also. It is not envious. So they same thing with anyone. We are not envious. We should punish. We are not against punishment, but we are not. We should not. We should not be show off and envious. That is not good for spiritual advancement. So Dhruv Maharaj, he didn't come and say, now his father, now you know who am I? Now you take care of this woman. You should punish her. Dhruva did not, he is not going to do like that. And instead, he is actually feeling bad that why did I keep that malice towards my own stepmother? So he actually felt bad for it. So here, Dhruva Maharaj is showing such a nice example. So material achievements we show off. Hmm. That is because of envy. But because Dhruva is spiritually achievements, so now he don't want to show off anything. Suru, Suruchi, the younger mother of Dhruva, seeing that the innocent boy had fallen at her feet, immediately picked him up, embraced him with her hands, and with tears of feeling, she blessed him with the words, my dear boy, long may you live. So her heart also touched. And these blessings will be benefiting for her also. Maybe she is punished in this life, but next life she will be very much elevated. Of course, she is very elevated soul. Otherwise, why she will become wife of Uttanapada? But there is one mistake which she did, for which she paid, and then next life they may be in a. They're born in that families. They're born in that yuga. They're born with such noble qualities that say they are in that place. But there will be mistakes, and that mistake is paid. So not a problem. So there is a question. How to safeguard ourselves from competitive and envious environment, which is very common nowadays in workplace. And sometimes, although we do not want, still sometimes get influenced. Yeah, this is very much there because we are. This is actually karma swabhava. That's why we associate with them. No, we become like them. We have to develop that immunity. Morning chanting and Bhagavatam class, and then go to office. So that we don't get affected by the environment so much. If morning sadhana is pure, definitely we get affected. And no matter who, very great personality also, he will also get affected. What to speak of ordinary people. Even brahmacharis will get affected in the ashram only. If we are not doing morning programs, sadhana, we may be envious of and fight with each other brahmacharis. So it is there. Only protection is constantly we are hearing about it, that how danger it is for my spiritual life. And second thing is how I should work on avoiding it. So these are, we have to conscious about it. And maybe you have to discuss with some devotee about the environment and what all steps you can take within that particular situation. And you, even in the office also, you may get some very simple people. You can spend more time with them or discuss with them, and in that way maybe things may change. uh, Yamuna Nair, you can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Done.
Question is, we are listening to Dhruv Maharaj's pastime, and you can derive so many lessons from Dhruv Maharaj. Like whatever, he never had any ill feeling. He had some ill feeling towards his stepmother, and now he's regretting for that. So similarly, like so many people, means in my life especially, if we make some mistake, the people are just going on and on about it. They are not ready to forgive, and it's going on, and everything personal, all information is given out everywhere. This person is doing this, that. And how long, Prabhuji, then how to react in such a situation? Because everyone seems to be supportive of that. It's like a gang, like everyone is like, yeah, this person is saying whatever he says is correct, and this person who is victimized is that person is just nobody just ignores, like, no, this, she must be wrong, she is wrong, like that. So how, when we are taking shelter of Bhagavatam, we are taking shelter of chanting everything, but still, it goes on and on. This grudge mentality is not going, Prabhuji. So much grudge is there. Why this is happening? We are having good association. Our Guru Maharaj, everything says don't keep envy. No, even if you are not envious, they are saying you are envious, you are envious. Then
We have to change our association. You have to associate with devotees who understand you. You may be only one or two, and they may not be very near also. They may be little far also. Online you can have, and you should have that type of association. Even that number is sufficient, and that will help you to progress in spiritual life. So this is
yeah,
not a.
because this herd mentality is there, like people, somebody, any, just say some, they say just no, this person has to be totally, what to say, ostracized, and nobody should talk, nobody should. All this, why it's coming in spiritual circles when we are reading Bhagavad Gita, when we are told we are not at the level of the soul, but still, then they just side it off that this is conditioning. Hey, it is conditioning, but you should change yourself. No, you should try to change. Ki by this is, I am doing something wrong. Somewhere it should pinch you. Ki whatever. If some mistakes do happen, mistakes happen. If you, to err is human, but that doesn't mean ki that person all through the life they have to be just dragged into this and just everywhere spreading all sorts of nonsense. And why this Prajalpa? Why should it happen?
We should not if it is happening, say somebody speaks about me, I should not so much bother about it, because how does it matter if somebody is speaking? Because we should not value their criticism or anything so seriously. If it happened to me, oh, I know I have some mistake, I have my weakness, and if people are discussing about it, it's their problem, it's not your problem. If not problem of the person who is it's their problem. They are discussing that, they are spoiling their mind, they're getting wrong association. Say if
Yeah,
I'm,
and there are people who are supporting it also, and they are
that is
supporting,
their
openly
problem.
supporting.
Yeah, that is their weakness, that is their problem, that is not our problem. Say if I am discussing bad about others, I am associating with this bad part, that means I am getting bad association. If I am
Mm.
discussing about your good qualities, I am getting good. So what am I seeing in you, that is what I am associating. So they want to associate with bad, what can we do? We cannot help
Yeah,
them.
yeah. And it is not that nobody is, doesn't have any. I'm sure at least maybe somewhere we have some envy, we have some pride. Some things are there within us. We cannot say that we are totally pure. Nobody can say that, right? So why should they pinpoint and say, all the time, "Ki, you are envious, you are this, you are that." I mean, just, making the person feel bad. It's
We
not that
should
I have
not
no.
give so much value. We should not associate. We should not, we should avoid that association. That is not association only. Why we
Yeah.
should be in that situation? Why we should be with that people? You have
Hmm.
to like say we have now very fortunate because after COVID everybody is getting online nice associations.
Yeah.
So we should better take that association and whole day we have nice association and we can take advantage. Well, Ram Shakti Pro is available morning, afternoon, and
Yeah,
evening.
it's like a great mercy, like I have totally dedicated myself. At least Bhagavatam, I see to it that I attend, because I read, but still, I feel very much, it gives me a lot of solace. So that's what that Dhruva Maharaj's pastime and all this. Then what is, Prabhupada has given us, Maharaj is also saying, but where do we implement? It's not internalizing. Somewhere it's not internalizing. We quote, we say, we speak, we sit on the Vyasasan, we give lecture, but it is not internalizing,
Actually,
isn't it?
it's an advantage for you. See what happens now. I'll tell one important lesson. We
Uh,
should be ready to face our enemies. When Arjuna is considered a great hero, why?
uh,
Because he told Krishna, put my chariot in between the two armies. That means he was ready to see his enemies. We should
yeah.
also be ready to face our enemies. Our
Mm,
enemies are internal. So when I'm
mm,
getting affected by others' word, that means I
mm,
am weak. That's why they are affecting me. If you are
yeah.
strong, you will not get affected by the words of others.
Yes, yes,
So
that
when I
is
am
true.
going through, Krishna keeps on this situation to show our enemies. So instead of feeling sad, we should thank Krishna that you have shown me my weakness, you have shown me my enemies which are there within my heart. So let me fight. So we become strong when we go through crisis only. So that is
Right,
the
right.
time when we see our mistakes. That is the time when we can overcome and come out of the situations.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do it.
So
And
now
by
you are able
Krishna's
to take
mercy.
shelter of Bhagavatam more nicely if things are
Yes,
going. So
yes,
it's
yes.
a Krishna's arrangement to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. It is Krishna's arrangement only. Somewhere he's giving me that strength also. Okay, just don't bother. They are also part of the illusory energy, isn't it? Though they are
Yeah.
devotees, everyone is part of the illusory energy in some way or the other. Though we might boast, ki no, no, we are not in illusion, but they are in illusion. If they are thinking that they can intimidate someone
Actually,
and
we should not think about them more. Mataji. What we should
huh,
think now, we should think about ourselves in the terms that,
yeah.
okay, I should not be envious of them. I should forgive them. I should, what you can do, you should work on it. You should
Yeah,
learn to forgive. You should learn to, you say that, okay, I should not, I might have done this to somebody. That's why it is happening to me. And in future, I will never do this situation to others.
that stand I've taken, Prabhuji. That is done, and it's long time back. But still, this is going on and on and on and on.
No, it's Krishna want us to see the test is given as long as you don't pass. Now Krishna will give you the test. So only
Uh,
he want you to pass certain things. You try to pass it, then Krishna will take you out of it. So why the
hmm,
test again and again comes with same question paper? New people are there doing the same thing because we are not passing the test. Once you pass the
correct,
exam, Krishna will make you free from it.
correct. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Sorry I took your time,
No, no,
but
no.
this is going on from like sometimes it comes up. I try to subdue it. Like no, I'm not going
It
to think
subdue
about
won't
that.
work. Subdue will
Sub-
damage your mind and your health also. You should not
Yeah,
subdue. You should discuss and then you will be able
yeah,
to
that's what
overcome
I
it.
thought I'll discuss because Balram Shakti Prabhu's classes are long and I don't want to get into that and all that. So I thought, let me ask you, you seem to be also equally experienced. So it's like that. So I just laugh it out sometimes. What to do?
Yeah, you Krishna want you to pass some exams. He want you to change something internally. That's why he's keeping you. So you work
Yeah,
on it. He will take you out of the situation.
yeah, because I have really, if you really have not done it, something must have said something. But that was a mistake. I agreed. I asked for forgiveness. Sab ho gaya. but still it is just going on, and all negative things. ये किया वो किया. I must have, I have my own set of problems. Like each one does has, right, something or the other goes on, but that does, we are not. I'm in my own thing. I don't go to, do anything with anyone, like nothing. I'm in with my own thing, my Bhagavatam, my chanting, my visit the temple, and I just be in that only. But sometimes it happens. Like I don't go to harm anyone. Like mentally also I know कि भाई devotee है.
Yeah, it
But
will,
sometimes,
you are doing good, it will benefit you, your mind will be calm, your
but
chanting will be
still,
nice, you will be
yeah,
benefited. So don't worry about it.
yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you
Hare Krishna.
very much.
So there is a comment. Dhruva is a Kshatriya, he can punish his subjects, but common people can't take justice in their hand. Yes, that is correct. Okay, thank you all very much. I'll meet tomorrow. Kantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.